Christopher Robin and I walked along under branches lit up by the moon, posing our questions to Owl and Eeyore as our days disappeared all too soon. But I've wandered much farther today than I should, and I can't seem to find my way back to the wood. So help me if you can, I've gotta get back to the house on Pooh Corner by 1. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky. Back to the days of Christopher Robin and Pooh. Winnie the Pooh doesn't know what to do, got a honey jar stuck on his nose. You'd be surprised when you ask for help and advice, no one knows where this goes. So I sent him to ask of the owl if he's there, how to loosen a jar from the nose of a bear. So help me if you can, I've gotta get back to the house at Pooh Corner by 1. You'd be surprised, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky. Back to the days of Christopher Robin and Pooh. Hard to explain how a few precious things seem to follow us all through our lives. After all said and done, I was watching my son sleeping there with my bear at his side. So I tucked him in, I kissed him, and as I was gone, I swear that old bear whispered, "Boy, welcome home." Believe me if you can, I've finally come back to the house at Pooh Corner by 1. What do you know, there's so much to be done. Count all the bees in the hive, chase all the clouds from the sky. Back to the days of Christopher Robin. Back to the days of Christopher Robin. Back to the days of Pooh.
Please join me in our opening prayer, breathing in a sense of gratitude for the gift of life and gratitude for this beloved community. We're grateful to be able to come together to support each other and be reminded of how deeply we are loved. We hold in our hearts all those who are grieving or experiencing health challenges. We see all held in a place of comfort, healing, and love. We hold all those around the block and around the world, those who are impacted by the horrors of violence and war. We see all wrapped in peace, justice, and hope. And we choose to radiate love and reparative energy for all human suffering around the globe. We wrap Melissa and Mark Hortman their beloved ones, and especially their 2 children in love and light. We continue to hold John and Yvette Hoffman, their daughter and beloved ones, in love and healing energy. Today, we honor and celebrate fathers, father figures in the divine masculine within all of us. We are grateful for all the many ways that father love expresses in our lives. Always, but especially during the month of Pride, we affirm the dignity and divine in every person, regardless of sexual orientation and gender expression. We continue to envision a world where love is love, a world where everyone is free and safe to live authentically and love openly. This week, we celebrate Juneteenth and are grateful for the gift of freedom and the courage of those who stood for justice. We honor their legacy by living with compassion and that same courage. We continue the work of building a world where every person is valued and free. We claim justice, equality, and equity for all. And we unite with all humanity around the world, lifting our hearts and our consciousness. We once again remember that the light and love of God is ever present, awaiting our recognition. And so we surrender to divine order, knowing that love will ultimately prevail. And so it is, and so we say amen. I think we need to applaud this day, yes? Stand as you choose for our opening song, Peace Train.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's going to come. 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides the peace train. Peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, peace train sounding loud, glide on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on now, peace train. Peace train, a holy road. Everyone jump upon the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on now, peace train. Get your bags together. Go bring your good friends too, because it's getting nearer. It soon will be with you. Now come on and join the living. It's not so far from you, and it's getting nearer. Someday we'll all be true. Peace train sounding loud, ride on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on, the peace train, a holy roll. Everyone jump up on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on, the peace train. I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. Peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Peace train sounding loud, ride on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on now, peace train. Peace train, a holy roll. Everyone jump up on the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on now, peace train. Come on, peace train. Come on, the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah. Come on, the peace train. Ooh-ah-ee-ah, ooh-ah.
Thank you, Dane. Always good to have you in the house. Welcome. Thank you for choosing to spend part of your day with us here at Unity Minneapolis. Are you on that peace train with me? Yeah, good. As you may know, Unity offers practical teachings that help us to live more meaningful, more prosperous, more purposeful lives. We're also an open and welcoming, inclusive community, and one of our core values is that of welcoming. So if you are here with us for the first time, we invite you to take your courage in your hand and raise your hand so we can honor and recognize you if you so choose. We have some guests over here. Awesome. Welcome. Coming your way is Rose, which is a gift from our congregation. Also a packet that tells you a lot about who we are at Unity Minneapolis. Keep your hands up if you would. If you're live streaming with us, you are an important part of our community. You are welcome as well. So there's a link there so you can find out more about Unity Minneapolis, and just know that all of you, whether here or streaming with us, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. We mean that from the bottom of our hearts. Along with me, would you please affirm our vision statement? This is what we seek to create in the world, and that's found in the order of service. Centered in spirit, we celebrate a world transformed by love, peace, and compassion. I think that needs to be affirmed again. Centered in spirit, we celebrate a world transformed by love, peace, and compassion. Take that in. I'm excited to be sharing this platform with some amazing human beings. Our guest speakers today are no guests to Unity Minneapolis. I did the math on this, and combined together, our guests have spent upwards of 60 years attending or being part of this community. And I checked the math, I did it twice, so 60 years combined. Dan Ofstedal, Sam Gisselman, and Michael Showalter have been members and committed to this organization, this community, for a very long time. Dan enjoys boating and metaphysics. One thing that he learned from his father, Paul, is the importance of integrity and strong moral principles. He is father to Edie, Wolfie, and Opal. Sam works as a physician assistant in primary care. One thing he learned from his father, Gary, is that there is never a time in life to stop being curious. He is father to Hank and Roxy. And Michael Showalter is an avid sailor and a novice scuba diver. I learned something new. One thing learned from his father, Marlon, is to always be kind. He is father to Sophia and Nicole, who were both christened at Unity Minneapolis in the mid-1990s. So please give a warm welcome to Dan, Sam, and Michael. Our daily word today is being shared by Aaron Godin, and his father, William, taught him to be passionate and always try your best. Let's move forward with the daily word.
We now move deeper into spirit with the reading of the daily word. You are invited to mentally add your prayers to our prayer box. You may add your written requests to the prayer box in the lobby outside Heritage Hall, where prayer chaplains will be available to pray with you after the service. Or you may submit an online prayer request via our website. Your prayers are prayed with by our prayer ministry for 7 days, and then they are forwarded to Silent Unity, where they are prayed with for an additional 30 days. The word for today is Father's love. We affirm, I bless those special ones who have shown me Father's love. A father's love is like no other. It gives me the warm feeling of protection and gentle guidance, and inspires me to live up to its example. Father's love takes many forms. It might mean helping with homework, coaching sports, and teaching of all kinds. It might mean the wise counsel and loving guidance that prepares children to be self-sufficient and ready for the freedom and responsibilities of adulthood. A father's love may come from many earthly sources. No matter who showed me this love, its origin was divine. God is at the heart of all fathers' love. I pray that all fathers and father figures feel the appreciation of those they teach, love, and protect. May they know the love of God as they have brought it into the world. And Scripture tells us in Isaiah 38:19, "Fathers, make known to children your faithfulness." The word for today is father's love.
Please join me in meditation, turning within, focusing on your breath, and just becoming aware of each now moment. Remembering once again that all we have is now. Breathe in a deep sense of appreciation and gratitude for life itself. If anything is on your mind or is a distraction, see that float away, just like a cloud in a beautiful summer day. Grateful for the abundant love that is present here and now. Continue to breathe deeply. Relax your body and mind. Let go. Simply relax into the arms of unconditional love. Today we celebrate fathers, father figures, and most important, we honor fatherly love. At its best, fatherly love can be described as fierce, courageous, protective, compassionate, nurturing, and unconditional. And yet, we all often fall short of these ideals. I invite you to use the power of your imagination. Call to mind those individuals who fathered you. It does not matter if they are living in this expression or the next. And while these individuals were probably not perfect, recall some of the things that you appreciate about your father figures. Remember some of what they provided for you or how they may have supported and loved you. Specifically, begin to picture the faces of these individuals. As you consider them, see them eye to eye. Perhaps observe their smile and feel their presence. Imagine looking to their eyes and then silently bless and thank them for sharing your journey. In your imagination, continue to just be with them. Please allow my words to become the words of your heart. I am so grateful for your part in bringing me into this world. In fathering me, I know you did the best job that you were able to. I am filled with gratitude for what you knowingly and unknowingly taught me. I am grateful for how you continue to enrich and bless my life. Please forgive me for any place that I fell short with you, for anything that may have caused you hurt. I now completely forgive you for any remaining perceived trespasses. I now claim that any remaining perceived debts between us are fully and completely released. Those cords are now cut free. The only thing that remains with us is an everlasting love. We now take a few moments and simply rest, resting in the quiet, in the stillness, and in the silence. I invite you to gently return to this time and this place, bringing with you a deep sense of fatherly love, along with appreciation for all father figures, bringing with you a deep sense of forgiveness, peace, and love, also bringing a renewed commitment to love fiercely and courageously. And so it is, and so we simply allow it to be.
And save these questions for another day. I think I know what you've been asking me. I think you know what I've been trying to say. I promised I would never leave you, and you should always know, wherever you may go, no matter where you are, I never will be far away. Good night, my angel, now it's time to sleep, and still so many things I want to say. songs you sang for me when we went sailing on an emerald bay. And like a boat out on the ocean, I'm rocking you to sleep. The water's dark and deep inside this ancient heart. You'll always be a part of me. Good night, my angel, now it's time to dream, and dream how wonderful your life will be. Someday your child may cry, and if you sing this lullaby, then in your heart there will always be a part of me. Someday we'll all be gone, but lullabies go on and on. They never die. That's how you and I will be.
Good morning. I'm going to borrow a metaphor from Reverend Kevin without his permission. I'm the leadoff batter here. All I have to do is make it to first base. The heavy hitters will both hit home runs and I'll score. Okay, unity for me is mystical Christianity. That sounds mysterious, but it's not. It simply means two things. Number one, that reality on some fundamental level is imbued with some sort of benign benevolence. And also, it means that everything is connected. When it comes to parenting, seeing this divine order in everything can take a lot of imagination, especially with teenagers in the house. Unity is also practical Christianity, connecting these spiritual truths to tools that work. This can also require imagination. Because it's Father's Day, I want to say a few words about my own father, who I greatly respected and miss. He was a Lutheran minister like his father before him. He seemed to me like an Old Testament patriarch, in the best possible way. When I was a child, after dinner, we would read from the Bible. One story that struck me was in Genesis, when God instructs Abraham to sacrifice his son, Isaac. Abraham willingly consents to this, and the knife is in the air before the angel finally intervenes. Quite an image of fatherhood. But we also read from the New Testament in the story of the prodigal son, wherein the father represents unconditional love and acceptance. So we move from a God-father figure who represents absolute obedience to a God-father figure who represents absolute acceptance. Of course, now, in unity, we can interpret the Abraham story metaphysically, but that wasn't the vibe in my house when I was 5. I love all 3 of my children unconditionally, and my 1 grandchild, 1 more on the way. To help me in this regard, here are some words from one of my favorite writers, Khalil Gibran. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. In sum, they are their own people with their own identity and their own divinity. So parents and grandparents, relax a little. God is everywhere and everything, including every parenting situation. It's your job to see it that way. Imagination, prior to doing anything. And that includes whatever situation is before you now. Simply remember and demonstrate this. And ironically, it's our children who have something to teach us about that. Jesus pointed to this when he said in Matthew, "Unless you become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." Indeed, young children abide there in the kingdom of heaven. Now, if you want to have influence on your children, or anyone for that matter, here's a tip. What you say matters very little. What you do matters just a little more than that. It's who you are that matters, and children will soak that up. It's all about your state of consciousness, and from that place of oneness consciousness, we can discern the proper course of action. Recently, I had a chance to put these principles to the test for myself. My daughter Opal, who is here today, just finished her freshman year at Florida State University. On April 17, I walked out of the Ministers Book Club right here at noon and saw that I had missed a call from Opal, and also received a text message from her that said, like, "Don't freak out, but there are shooters on campus and we're in lockdown." That's a quote. I was in the car with my buddy Mike Opsatz, who's also here today, and I immediately called Opal back from the church parking lot. While we spoke, she was whispering on the phone while huddled with other girls in the gym locker room on campus. In that moment, I remembered the truth that on a deep level, a real level, all is well, even in that moment, no matter what happened. I didn't freak out. My daughter was not injured, but 2 people were killed in that shooting and 6 others were shot and injured. Was all well for those and their loved ones? In the world of form, absolutely not. But on a deeper, ever-abiding level, yes, all is well, always. And it's our job to see it that way as we work together to improve the world, including gun violence prevention. Action taken from love and oneness consciousness is far more effective than action motivated by fear. So on this Father's Day, my message is this. The key to fatherhood and to everything is our state of consciousness. Remarkably, it's our children who can remind us of this if we pay attention and use our imagination. One power, God the Good.
I'm just going to try to bunt Dan over to second. When you ask a 4-year-old what they want to be when they grow up, they'll tell you with no shame or hesitation, Superman. I want to be Wonder Woman. I'm going to be Iron Man. They want to be heroes. They want to do good. And to them, there's a clear path to make that happen. By the time they're 6 years old, people have got to them. Someone told them, hey, you know, you can't really do that superhero thing. That's kind of a movie deal. So the same kids will say, I'm going to be a pro baseball player like Shohei. I'm going to be a famous singer like Billie Eilish. Still pretty dreamy, but a little bit more grounded in reality to satisfy those voices that got into their ears. I'll never forget when my own son around that age told me, I'm definitely going to be a baseball player, but my second option behind MLB would probably be like a pilot or an architect. By the time those kids are 15, a whole crew of people have gotten in their ears, including school advisors, parents, friends, and social media. And now they're telling you, I'm probably going to start with a business undergrad, maybe pre-med. I'm considering a gap year. You'll still hear a few teachers, a few artists, maybe not that many, and the responsible adults are pleased. I've always considered my job as a parent to be two pretty simple objectives: keep them safe and protect their childhood. There are a million forces at play today, yanking our kids from their natural world of possibility to practicality, from exploration to the destination, and from imagination to a project plan. A lot of us adults aren't comfortable in the space of imagination. Have you ever been in that work meeting or that conversation at home when everybody has a blank legal pad out in front of them and then someone says, okay, everyone, what ideas have you got? And then the panic sweeps over the entire room, and everyone in the room wants to just scream out, but I'm not a creative person. And then we glom onto the very first idea that is even just remotely plausible, not because it's great, but because we want to get out of that idea space and onto execution. Young kids, though, they love that imagination space. They don't know that their ideas are too expensive, or too unrealistic, too silly, or that they'll take too long. And it's a beautiful thing that they don't. They thrive in that space of the fantastic. The poet Langston Hughes said, "Hold fast your dreams, for when dreams die, life is like a broken-winged bird that cannot fly." But over time, that's exactly what the world does to kids. We tell them to hurry up, to make a choice, to stop daydreaming, to choose your life. Which is funny because then there's a whole lot of 30-year-olds out here wishing they could undo some of those choices that they made. And that's why I, as a father, I never wanted to be another force pulling my kids into adulthood. They don't need that. To the contrary, they need more space, more permission to stay a kid. My personal parenting philosophy is that my kids need fewer smartphones and summer camps, more road trips, and empty sketch pads. I love when Reverend Pat said last week that closing off our imagination is not a benign choice. It's one of our superpowers, after all. We're born with it. Stuffing it in a box can have consequences. When my daughter started writing stories when she was 6 or 7 years old, beautiful stories, so creative, so fantastic, she would misspell everything. And I never said a word. I told her they were all amazing. Because more than anything, I wanted her to keep writing, to keep exploring. The spelling can come later. When I hit my 40s and decided I didn't like my career in finance anymore, I worked with a career coach for a full year to figure out what was missing. One day I went into her office and she had my tests and surveys that I'd filled out all laid out in front of her. And she said, "I figured you out." I said, "Okay." She said, "You want to be a hero?" And I said, yeah, I do. I mean, who doesn't? And that was the night we decided that I was going back to medical school. When I told that plan to friends and family, I got this look, which said, "I want to support, but I have concerns." How are you going to make the mortgage payment? What about your 401k? What about health insurance? Remember another thing Pat said last week, what comes from your imagination may not align with what others expect. And he also said, that's why it takes courage to deploy your imagination. When I told my kids my plan, they were probably about 13 and 9 at the time. When I told them, you know what they said? 2 things. Sounds like fun, and we need to get you some pencils. And that was all the support that I needed. Because they're kids, because they're beautiful, they gave me, at 40 years old, the space to imagine. And what came from imagination became a dream. I thought from that dream every single day for 7 years until I graduated from physician assistant school last December. Thank you. Thank you. My dad was a theater director and a storyteller, and he taught me that there's no time to stop being curious. He taught me that imagining and learning is a beautiful thing, not only for the result, but for the process. Without him, I wouldn't have had the courage to imagine a new path for the second half of my life. And I hope that I've set a similar example for my kids so that they'll always remember that they forever hold the power to imagine what this world can be. Thank you.
It is not expected that beginners will understand this book. From the book, The 12 Powers by Charles Fillmore, page 1, it is not expected that beginners will understand this book. Each of the 12 powers brings us into conscious unity. Imagination, vision, is one of those 12 powers. From chapter 7 on imagination, when the faculties of mind are understood in their threefold relations, spirit, soul, body, it's going to be found that every form has originated in imagination. It's through imagination that the formless takes form. This is the fundamental law of mind action. Through imagination, formless takes form. Imagination is the bridge from spiritual consciousness to material consciousness. In the material world, i.e., the land of good and evil, there are good fathers and there are bad fathers. There are some that don't even have fathers at all. Good fathers, though, imagine the very best for their children. They want the best for their children. My own personal material mortal lineage is I was born into the surname Showalter, which is Swiss for Schönwald. It means beautiful forest or steward of the beautiful forest. Not ownership, stewardship, or service to nature. In the 1800s, my grandfather bought land in northern Minnesota, and he imagined, my great-grandfather imagined, a life for his two daughters. He purchased land, gave that to them so they could prosper on that land. My grandfather then married into that family and imagined living off that land and started a farm and grew a family. And he imagined that someday his daughter and his son would prosper on that land. But farming ended in northern Minnesota. And my own father imagined a life in the big city and prospering there, but passing on the heritage of that land and passed it to us. And now I've imagined a heritage of that land passing to my two daughters. And in a miraculous way, a conservation easement came to us a few years ago, in which that land would be preserved for all time in its natural state. And the proceeds of that would be used to pay for the taxes so that the daughters could pay for that for the foreseeable future. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. 5 generations long process of moving from natural land back to natural land, closing a beautiful loop, closing a cycle that began in the 1800s. And as beautiful as that is the material use of imagination. That's for beginners, and that's just the beginning. All of a sudden, one day, I was struck literally with the epiphany that you can use these exact same powers to go in. The same power of imagination to realize your oneness with everything that's good. Your unity with the eternal, the timeless, the deathless consciousness. See, our spiritual father, mother, spirit also imagines very good things for us. A spiritual father is not your material father. It's an ungendered father, mother, spirit. In Aramaic, Abun, divine parent. You can learn more about that in the book Prayers of the Cosmos. See the original Aramaic translation that Jesus spoke. That divine parent, that pure, ancient potential, that presence. Well, like I said in the very beginning, good fathers want the very best for their children. In Luke chapter 11, verse 11, it says, "Is there anyone among you who, if your child asked for a fish, would give them a snake instead? Or if your child asked for an egg, a scorpion? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will the Heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to those that ask?" See, in spiritual consciousness, there are no bad fathers. There's only one power, one genderless father, a presence. And that is good, only good, not good and evil. You can use your imagination to commune with that Father. Here's my call to action. Now, what if right now you imagined the glory of eternity? What if you imagined peace that surpassed all understanding? What if you imagined there really was only one power, not power of good and evil, just good? Remember, through imagination, through your imagination, the formless will take form. Stand guard at the portal of your mind. In closing, please use your imagination for good. Use it to do good in the world. Yes, do that. It's a minimum bar. Be a good person. Start there. If you're not doing that, please be a good person. And then turn inside to your spiritual self, your true, permanent, eternal you. Use your imagination to realize one power, not one power and earthly kings with power. No kings. Use your imagination to realize the peace that surpasses all understanding. Use your imagination to realize we're all children of one eternal consciousness, children of one true Father. Family, all are we. In that understanding, in the understanding that all of us are children of God, I can say to you honestly, Happy Father's Day.
Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you, to which way to turn or which way to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Careful the wish you make. Wishes are children. Careful the path they take. Wishes come true, not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just on children. Someday the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen.
Love it. Gentlemen, I say a home run for all three of you. I'm going to invite our ushers to come forward. Now is the time of our service where you're asked to make a gift or tie to Union Minneapolis. If you consider this your spiritual home of any way, shape, or form, we invite you to take responsibility. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. If you're streaming with us, you can certainly make a donation through our secure website. In the order of service is our offertory blessing. I'll say it once, then ask you to say that again with me, and then a third time silently. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. Together, please. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And one more time, silently, please. Amen. Lori Dockin. As I stand up here right now, I am so blessed to be part of this spiritual community. So just know that. Yes. I'm going to invite our on-duty prayer chaplains to please stand. These individuals arrived early to hold sacred space for us. They are available to pray after service in the Heritage Room. They're also available before services if you're inclined to pray. So know that they are here to be in service to all of us. What they hear from you will be held in confidence, and I promise it'll be a blessing to you as well as to them. In case you haven't heard, we are moving back home pretty soon. Yes, so call to action. There's some movement of stuff going on the next week or so, and if you're interested in supporting that, see Kathy Rose. I think there's information in our bulletin about how you can do that. So certainly all help will be appreciated. Let's invite our children in.
In the light, in the light, in the light, we are walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God. You are walking in the light. That's all there is to it. Oh my goodness.
Up here. Let's appreciate our children and our adult volunteers. Let's know together our prayer for protection and then our peace song. As we express our prayer for protection, just take that to heart and just see that peace flowing out into our community, into our broader world, so in need of healing. And so we see that healing taking place. So, the light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine, and all is well.
There is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. Take each moment and live each moment, peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while and just smile. Just taking some clean, fresh air, boy. No sense in staying inside if the weather's fine and you've got the time. It's your chance to wake up and plan another brand new day. Either way, it's each bird singing his own song. So long, I've gotta be on my way now. No fun just hanging around. I got a covered ground and can't pull me down. It ain't no good if the sun shines while you're still inside. Still inside. Shooting high. Children with robins and flowers, sunshine caresses each waking hour. Seems to me that people can see and more each day. Gotta say, it's okay. Brand new day. It's okay. Gotta say, it's a beautiful day.